is made up of three main layers: the canopy, the understory, and the forest floor. The largest part is the canopy, which is made up of mainly trees. Water flows off of the leaves of the trees and descends to lower layers. The leaves are so thick that they block 80% of the sunlight from the rest of the forest. There are many fruits and animals in this section of the jungle. The understory gets only from 2 to 5% of the sunlight. The plants are short, with wide leaves and a dark hue. This is where most of the insects live. The forest floor is the lowest layer. There are no plants there, although it is littered with decomposed fruits and leaves. Large animals live here. The Amazon has a variety of species living in it. The Amazon rainforest and the Andes Mountains put together have over half of the species of the world's plants and animals. Here are some examples of these amazing creatures. The spider monkey lives in the canopy of the rainforest, which is the top layer of trees. Its diet consists of fruit, seeds, and nuts. It can grow up to 2 feet long, not counting the tail. It likes to use its tail to hang upside down from trees. The sloth also lives in the canopy and stays there most of the time. It has large hooked claws, which it uses to climb around. It eats fruits, leaves, and bugs, and, like the spider monkey, spends most of its time upside down. The Amazonian manatee is the largest marine mammal in the Amazon River and is gentle, slow, and never leaves the water. It can eat from 10 to 15% of its body weight in vegetation a day. The vampire bat drinks blood from mammals, and like most bats, feeds by using echolocation. They live in colonies in areas such as hollowed-out trees. Animals aren't the only beings that live in the Amazon. Tribes of natives live there as well. There are 200 tribes, which speak 180 languages altogether. Unfortunately, many of the natives have moved out of the rainforest as the world developed, being forced into labor or catching diseases from outsiders. Luckily, the populations of many of these tribes are currently rising. The Amazon, like all rainforests, is hot and humid all year round. Its temperature stays around 79 degrees Fahrenheit most of the time. The seasons do not have much of an impact on the weather. In fact, the change in the weather between day and night is bigger than the difference between summer and winter. Because of the Amazon River and the tropical heat, the Amazon gets an exceptional amount of rainfall. In the rainy season, it gets 60 to 180 inches of rain, and in the non-rainy season, it gets 30 to 100 inches. Here I have a chart of the annual rainfall in Brazil. Deforestation has been going on in the Amazon a lot in past years. 232,000 square miles of it is gone. Much of the deforestation has been done to clear land for pasture. It is also done for farmland and logging. Making room for cattle is the most destructive and has been going on since the 70s. 80% of deforestation in the Amazon is from pastures. One of the reasons that the amount of pastures has increased is that the infrastructure has gotten better. Roads have been made to more parts of the Amazon, allowing more pastures to be opened. The Brazilian real has lost value in the past years, which creates a greater need for more exports. Therefore, more pastures are made. Logging is another factor that causes deforestation. Although logging in the Amazon is controlled by licensing, much of it is illegal. The wood is used for fuel and building material. There is a lot of selective logging, where the wood is cleared to make roads and pastures. This is a chart of how much deforestation has been going on in Brazil in the past years. The Amazon takes up 9 countries. It is in Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, French Guiana, Peru, Suriname, and Venezuela. 229,985 square miles of the Amazon are located in Bolivia and is found in its low-lying areas. Up until 1990, it had a low deforestation rate, which was 0.2% every year due to poverty in the country and its low exports. In the 90s, the government granted some of the forest to timber companies, while other parts were cleared for soybean and cocoa farms. Brazil contains over 1/3 of the world's remaining rainforest. It is the most diverse country on Earth, containing 56,000 species of plants, 578 types of mammals, and 1,700 species of birds. Deforestation takes an average of 34,660 square miles of Brazil's forest per year. Colombia is a small country, but that does not stop it from being the second most biodiverse country after Brazil. It contains 10% of the world's species. This is because it contains a wide range of ecosystems from tropical rainforests to savannas. 2,002,000 hectares of Colombia's forests are destroyed per year. It is destroyed for mining, logging, agriculture, and cocaine trade. On the Pacific coast, it loses rainforests from palm oil farming and gold mining. Ecuador is the 8th most biodiverse country on the planet. It also has the highest deforestation rate in South America. Its jungle has been cleared for oil, logging, and to make way for roads. Its forests currently take up only 15% of the country. This country also has the worst environmental record. French Guiana has very low deforestation and a low population. The people that do live there stay on the Atlantic coast and get most of their exports from France. The jungle of French Guiana is safe from deforestation. Guyana is small and sparsely populated. 3/4 of it is covered in forest. 36% of it is rainforest. It is extremely diverse and has not seen much deforestation. Peru has the third most amount of tropical rainforest in the world, after Brazil and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Its forests are extremely diverse and rich in resources such as minerals and timber. Half of Peru is covered by forests, and of this half, 80% of it is tropical rainforest. It loses about 300,000 hectares of forest every year, giving it an annual deforestation rate of 0.5%, which is low compared to most countries. Most of its deforestation is due to agriculture. Suriname has a high amount of forest and a low population, giving it one of the lowest deforestation rates in the world. Most of its population lives near the capital and coastal cities. 5% of the population lives outside of the cities, although this includes mainly tribes and descendants of escaped slaves. In 1992, there was a war between residents of the city and people who lived in the forest, although they later made a peace treaty. Venezuela is one of the top most 10 diverse countries, but also one of the most threatened. The forests are cut down to make room for development, logging, mining, and oil. Between 1990 and 2005, it lost 8.3% of its forest. The president of Venezuela would like to make a large pipeline through the country. This could pollute the water and create roads that would attract developers and farmers. The Amazon River is the second longest river after the Nile. It is 4,195 miles long. At its widest point, it can reach 6.8 miles across during the dry season. In the rainy season, it can become 24.8 miles across as the Amazon River basin is filled. It carries more water than any other river in the world. Its source is in the Andes Mountains in Peru, and its mouth is in Brazil at the Atlantic Ocean. It contains 1/5 of the world's freshwater. The Amazon has many extreme creatures, such as catfish that weigh up to 200 pounds. The Amazon River is home to the piranha, which is the most ferocious fish in the world, and the anaconda, the largest snake in the world. It contains 2,000 species of fish, which is an extraordinary amount. In conclusion, the Amazon is a unique environment with extremely diverse species. It is threatened by deforestation in some countries. Nothing can compare to its majesty.